Let me ask you about Syria.
Why not?
You have said that Russia wants to be neutral in the conflict. You are not supporting the Assad regime. But the reality is that the Russian army has trained the Syrian army. There are long ties there. And you have influence with the Syrian government. Very few countries have it. If you believe, what I'm trying to understand is it is not in Russia's interest for this conflict to go on, for it to become one in which more and more militant Islamic forces participate and jihadi groups form. After all, it is directly to your south and could move into Dagestan in Ingushetia, Chechnya. So why would you not, from a purely Russian national interest point of view, try to get the Assad regime to understand that it must find a compromise and that Assad must step down?
Let us discuss. From the outset, the Russian Federation was not an exclusive ally of Syria or President Assad. We had good relations with his father and him, but he had much closer allies among the European states. We never said that our goal was to preserve the current political regime or making sure that President Assad stays in power. That decision has to be made by the Syrian people. The Syrians are a multi-ethnic and multi-religious people. Thus, we need to have all present at the negotiating table. Sunnis, Shia, Alawites, Druze, Christians. Only this way can you have a genuine national dialogue. If you exclude someone, then the civil war will continue, and the war that is already underway. And in it, in my view, both sides are responsible, the Syrian authorities and the opposition, which, by the way, is largely represented by Islamic radicals.
But why doesn't Russia try to broker some such agreement? Why don't you take the lead?
I personally, a few times, called Assad and said, you need to start reforms. You need to sit down at the negotiating table. I repeat one more time. In my view, unfortunately, the Syrian authorities turned out not to be ready for this.
Can Assad survive?
I think that with every day, with every week, with every month, the chances of him surviving are becoming less and less. But once again, it should be decided by the Syrian people, not Russia, not the US, not any other country. The most important thing right now is to support the process of national reconciliation.
But you agree with me, what is happening in Syria, the current situation is bad for Russia because it is becoming more and more Islamic, it is becoming more jihadi, and you will, we're 8,000 miles away in the United States, you will face this in your backyard, so there's an urgency for you to do something.
It's hard for me to disagree with you, but I believe the situation is so troublesome for everyone, because the representative of radical jihad, they not only penetrate into Russia, they travel to Europe, they try to infiltrate the US. So